Yes, we're here with Cire B, former candidate for constituency 36. Welcome, Cire.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
Once again, it's been a few weeks since the past election.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and reflection on your candidacy?
Well, you say it's been a few weeks since the election, but it truly feels like the election is still going on. You know, the amount of engagement that you get from the people in the streets, just words of encouragement of keep on going on, keep pressing on. Like we see you, we support you, and things of that nature. So it was just an amazing experience and continues to be. So being out there and active, it's you always know that somebody is watching. So you know, pay attention.
Yeah, it's been 2 rounds for you.
Yeah, it's been 2 rounds.
Yeah,
yeah. But it's been great, and it's a lot of knowledge that's been onboarded.
Okay. Now, again, by the fact that you did not win,
yeah,
the requisite number of votes to get in, how do you regard your effort? Was it a failure?
So I don't see it as a failure. I think that there's different levels that we quantify success. I just feel that, you know, I came relatively close to achieving that for the people. So in the sense of, it may be a failure in the sense of not getting elected, but still you've put on a good show, I've put on a good set that the people have some hope in what is to come. So I feel it was a success in the fact of, as an independent member, being able to, my brother and I both placed second in our constituencies, and I think that speaks volumes in itself, especially being young individuals entering in for the first time.
Okay. So do you plan to have continued involvement, and if so, how?
Of course, 100%. You see, the fact is now my phone number has been plastered all around. My brothers as well, so we get phone calls all the time. So it's just a part about being engaged in the conversation, as well as being engaged in the conversation but immersed in the community. I think that is what's most important.
Okay. Now, while we have an official opposition, how do you, as an independent, as an individual, plan to hold the government to account?
By utilizing my voice because I do have a platform. We have platforms. I feel that the people need representation, and when I say the people, I mean Bermuda as a whole. We cover a lot of we have a lot of individuals from a lot of different sectors, a lot of different backgrounds, and my aim is to be a listening ear and a sound voice for all.
Okay. What are your plans for further engaging and serving your community? I would think that you've knocked on some doors now.
Yeah.
You know, if you stop now, like, where you been?
Exactly. So I think engagement is top of the list. In the sense of being accessible, being engaged, being active with the community, because you just don't want to disappear and come back onto the scene and say, hey, I'm ready again. People need to see consistency. They need to have faith in a strong figure that has a backbone, that won't step down and will stick to the wicket over the next years to come.
Okay. Now, you have a business, Pay a Care.
Yes.
Which caters to young people, and just prior to the election, we've had the government come up with a violence reduction strategy. What are your thoughts on that? Can it be effective? What needs to happen with that?
Honestly, I think that it can be effective. But I feel a lot of things that were put forth can be effective, but at the end of the day, it boils down to the execution of these things, because we can have a lot of great ideas with poor execution, and that way nothing gets done. You're rather a simple plan with perfect execution, and that way you can see a lot more things getting done effectively. So I feel that it is steps in the right direction, but it must be executed to perfection in order for it to be effective.
Right. So it's just starting to get warm, and things seem to be heating up on the streets.
Yeah.
With 3 gun incidents reported this week that the police are investigating. What are your thoughts on that? And how does it emphasize how critical this strategy is?
Well, one, I think that we need to focus on statistics and getting the proper statistics, updated statistics, because everything boils down to pattern-based things. So we see right now how every year this happens around this time, summertime, violence tends to pick up. As you mentioned, the weather picks up, people's tensions are shorter and things like that. So that's going to happen, but it's how we deal with that. And I think that we cannot be lackadaisical when it comes to dealing with things or applying more severe measures when it comes to dealing with these cases. We just can't be slap on the hand. We have to be firm. We have to be assertive in how we go about doing this, because if not, it's going to worsen. It's going to worsen. But not only being firm, but we must also be understanding. So not pointing a finger, but lending a hand to these individuals who's getting caught up with this thing. The conversation must happen, and as well as the engagement. Because without that, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change.
And you have a business, Pay a Kid. How does that relate to what's going on with regards to the antisocial behavior?
So Pay a Kid basically operates as like a stepping stone for young individuals who are trying to find out what they want to do in life going forward, because you're expected to come out of high school and then know already what your direction is in your career path. And as well, while you're in high school, you end up getting caught up in different groups and things like that when you are being idle. So Pay a Kid provides students with an outlet where they can get employment, get some work experience, help being community members, help out with the senior citizens as well, and help create that open dialogue that will help mend our intergenerational connectivity amongst the youth and our seniors. Because right now they're solely doing that because they're unfamiliar. A lot of people are strangers to their own family members on the island. So Pay a Kid helps bridge that gap and says, hey, we are all a family. We are not going to destroy what we are part of, and we'll build and add on to.
Okay. Again, as an adjunct, what are your thoughts on government's stated commitment to restorative justice as opposed to the current model for treatment of offenders, one which is based mostly on punishment?
Yeah, so I think it's slow. It's happening in incremental steps, but it's changing the mindset of the individuals and also those who are the victims as well, of how do we properly go and rehabilitate rather than just punish, because punishment does nothing for anybody really. We need to have practices where people learn what they did wrong, how can they better themselves, who have they affected in their community, in their family, and that way we are able to step forward and not just be at the standstill at punishment.
That sounds like we're talking about more so addressing the root causes rather than the outcomes.
Take the glass out of the completely and don't just put a band-aid on.
Yes, indeed. Now, what are your thoughts regarding and how can a better educational system or system of learning aid in both regards?
Well, I think just in simple form, just having a reset on how we look and view education, because education is not only from a textbook, education is through world life experiences as well. So we must include that in our pathway to remedy these issues. So don't just judge a book by their grade, but also look at what the work they're doing to receive the grade, because not everything is simple black and white. There's a bit of gray in between that we must understand.
Okay, and now the most recent actuarial report review shows that the social insurance pension funds is scheduled to run out in 2042, 2 years sooner than was previously reported, which means that potentially any nest egg for people of your generation may not exist. How can this be addressed?
Well, see, it can be addressed by, awareness, because a lot of people, some people know, some people don't know, but people need to start paying attention to the things that affect them and their family and livelihoods. So awareness for one, but then also it's the fact that it could even happen sooner. We don't truly know. So I think we're gonna have to wait to see how it kind of unfolds. But I think that people need to start equipping themselves and getting, a bit more financially savvy, I say, to prepare for these times ahead, because it's happening all around the world. There's different shifts and things, but we do know that is a set date that has been put forward. So let's start working on ways to, prepare for that. So seeking the experts, because I'm not the subject matter expert when it comes to the pension fund or anything of that nature. So seek guidance, and we must take affirmative action.
Cire, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.